People have bikes they want converted into e-bikes. We adapt them so they can not only cover short distances like from home to school, but even replace the car. So the only transport they need is the bike. I turned 40 this year. I've been riding motorbikes and bicycles since I was 19. I always loved tinkering with engines, from the carburetor to the exhaust. And eventually, I asked myself if there was a way to do it in a simpler and more environmentally friendly way. That's when I got into e-mobility. It was nice to travel without noise. There are no vibrations, and in the summer, no extra heat under you. I can even hear the birds singing sometimes. It's a totally different feeling. This is my bike shop. I opened it in 2010. Since 2016, we've been doing conversions for e-bikes, and it's really taken off in the last few years. We now have purely electric bikes in our range too, and I love them. In Berlin, purely electric bikes are still a tricky business. Demand's not very high because they're pretty heavy for getting around or pushing into backyards or carrying into the basement. There's also theft to deal with. But there's strong demand for conversions. People have bicycles they want converted into e-bikes, so we adapt them. At the moment, we do more conversions than we sell e-bikes. Right now, I'm fixing the torque arm to the frame. Before we start selling something, I try to test it myself. In 2016, my daughter was still small enough for me to take her on the back of my cargo bike. But I soon found I wasn't strong enough to transport both my daughter and all the shopping at once. So I was glad to have the e-drive. First, I installed it on my own bike and tested it in all kinds of conditions and at all times of day, in summer and winter. We notice how people are attached to their bikes and tell us they don't want to throw them away. They'd rather convert them. And because they're a bit older and more fragile and can't pull quite as much weight as before, it helps to have the e-drive. With this system, it's not possible to use the back pedal brake, but there is another brand with that feature. They attach the motor on the left-hand side, and that frees up the space for the back pedal brake. Humans are creatures of habit. They get used to the geometry of a bicycle, the distance from pedals to handlebars or saddle. Someone who rides a bike for 20 to 25 years has trouble finding an e-bike because they're built differently. The price for conversion starts at about 1,500 euros, but a brand new e-bike costs upward of 2,500 or 2,600 euros, so converting saves a lot of money. My YouTube channel is called Zero Pioneer. We show how the bikes work, how we install the electric conversion set, how to charge a motorbike, or how far we can get on a charge. I've filmed long trips. Like a few months ago, I rode an e-motorbike from Berlin to the Black Forest and back. That was more than 1,800 kilometers in one weekend. The way there was fine. Every charging station worked, but the way back went all wrong. I had 40 kilometers left in my battery, and we had to try 3 different charging stations before I could charge my bike. It's plugged in. I'll do some paperwork while the bike charges. Then I'll take it for a spin home. Crossing town silently on my e-bike, just cruising around for a while. I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm riding